I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that I learned this truth from. Salutations to all the Akim, to all the brothers that's in GMS, Great Millstone. We go out on the highways and hedges, make videos, by any means getting this word out, searching for the hopeful elect. Shalom. Alright, I'm going to start this video off. Go ahead and get it going.
There. And if we didn't do this, China would have been there and Russia would have been there. Maybe they both would have been there together, but they're not going to be there now. One thing I will tell them, and I will tell you, that we are open for business. China can buy all the oil they want from us there or in the United States. Russia can get all the oil they need from us. I told China and I told Russia, we get along with you very well. We like you very much. We don't want you there. Not going to be there. And if we didn't do this, China would have been there and Russia would have been there. Maybe they both would have been there together, but they're not going to be there now. One thing I will tell them, and I will tell you, that we are open for business. China can buy all the oil they want from us there or in the United States. Russia can get all the oil they need from us. I told China and I told Russia, we get along with you very well. We like you very much. We don't want you there. Not going to be there. And if we didn't do this, China would have been there and Russia would have been there. Maybe they both would have been there together, but they're not going to be there now.
Now, that's a very... what he just said, that China and Russia would have been there. He's saying that because he already knew that they was allies. And like I said in previous videos that I have did, that during his first term, Trump tried to do this. But see, it wasn't really big news. A lot of people really wasn't paying attention to it. But that's when Russia had sent one of their warplanes down there, ready to go. And Trump backed off. So this is to let you know that, see, all things are done in a certain way for stuff to come out. So I'm going to go to my post. All right, so this is my very first post on this page. All right, won't let me screenshot. Hold on, let me go back. So right there, you can see where it's talking about that oil. Alright. You can see right there. And I encourage you to go to the page. Alright. And you can see where China was buying up a lot of that oil. They was buying up a lot of that oil. And see, China was doing a deal with Venezuela. They was doing a deal with them. See, China was loaning to Venezuela. They was helping Venezuela with the drilling of that oil. That's to show you where things were going when it was coming down with Venezuela. And everybody knows that what this was about. It was about that oil. It was about gaining control of the resources because they knew that power would come. That's why I was saying this a few months back. How this was going to turn out. Because Russia and China are together. They're allies now. See, this is how stuff is going to start getting right now. $500 tariff bill on Russia oil buyers. But see, a lot of people don't really know history like that. See, I've been following this history thing for years because the resources is where the power is at. See, if I can remember correctly, which I pretty much think I can. See, during the time when Germany was going at war, Germany oil put problems. Yep, there it is. World War II. See, it popped up. I didn't even type the whole thing in. See, this is about Hitler. See, Hitler was considered the Fuhrer. Same thing like Trump. But see, this is where the technology started coming from with from Germany. Because Germany had oil problems. See it right there. Why Germany lost the war? This is part of the reason they had oil problems. So when Germany was on the scene and they was trying to take over the whole planet crap, they had oil problems. You see, and that also weakened their infrastructure. So when Germany had their tanks and their planes, because from oil you get gasoline and diesel and so forth from your plastics and stuff like that. So, not trying to get off subject, but that's when Hitler and his scientists and his engineers was going for ways to fight a war and not have to use oil because they couldn't get it. And during war times, when you're going through war times, it's not like you're going to call your enemy and tell your enemy to send you something. They're not going to do it. You see what I'm saying? And then Germany was fighting all these different wars on different war fronts. But see, that's when the information came out on Germany that Germany had a breakthrough. And when they heard that Germany had a breakthrough, because Germany, they knew that if they was going to go to war, they was like, how are we supposed to win this war if we don't have any damn oil? And then that's when the technology came in through with the UFOs. So they figured out a way how to make their technology not having to use oil. And then that's when they started using magnetism and static electricity. And when they did that, that's when they had that breakthrough of anti-gravity machines. And they was using engines to make a magnetic field. And so they was going to use those machines to bomb America. And that was the goal, to bomb America. But the problem that they was having is when they made the machines, they actually got the machines to fly. But the problem that they had with the machines is that when they would open up the cargo bay to drop the bombs, the magnetic field was so strong, it wouldn't allow the bombs to drop from the machine. But if you turn off the machine that's making the magnetic field to keep their UFOs flying in the air, now you turn it off, now that's gonna fall out of the sky. So they were trying to perfect that. But then when you had Operation Paperclip, all right, that's when they took the Nazis from Germany. They took the scientists and the engineers, and they split them. Some went to the United States, and some went to Russia. Okay, so Russia had some of the Nazis, and the United States had some of the Nazis. So, but most of that technology went to the United States. And if you watch the movie Valkyrie with Tom Cruise, they had it was a scene in there. They had a meeting, and in the meeting, there was the scientists that was of Nazis. They really didn't like Hitler, and they didn't like how Hitler would do their bullshit. So they actually knew that the Americans were coming, because it was told that the Americans and Russia are coming, and they was like, well, we could take our technology from somewhere else, because you got to understand, they're scientists, but they was being scientists being slaves though, and they didn't like the treatment, how they was being treated in Germany. So if you're someone that likes to build stuff and stuff like that, you're an engineer, of course you're going to want to have good work, a good work environment. So when the United States came and they took them, instead of prosecuting them for war crimes, they're like, hey, let us work for y'all. And that's what happened. So I would encourage y'all to try to do your homework. If you desire to know a little bit about that. But the thing is that what's going on with Trump is that he's raging right now, and this thing is about to pop off at any given moment. So I hope that this hold on, let me try to close out with at least a scripture. All right, so this is Revelations 12:12, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And see, these Edomites in the Americas, knowing that they have a short period of time, and knowing that they have a short period of time, this is why you constantly going to hear Mr. DJ Trump constantly say, Mr. Nero, he's going to constantly saying he don't want no other country to have control of that oil, because they know that their dollar is collapsing. They know that their power is collapsing. No one is afraid of them anymore. That racism tactic of trying to scare the whole earth is done. It's not working, because people are seeing who the real man of sin is. And that is the thing, knowing who the man of sin is. So I hope that this lesson was edifying. To all the Akio, Shalom.